Welcome back, guys. It's Protoman 111. Let's play Megaman Legends 2. We've just defeated the mid-boss, so we're about halfway through the dungeon. I keep calling it a dungeon. It's a ruin, not a dungeon. Yeah, too many games are intermingling in my head. It's kind of bad, really. Um, Aside from that, we're about halfway through this stage. Yeah, not call it a stage. I can't make up my mind what I want to call it. This next room, very, very big wall. Again, it's not a new thing. We've already experienced how to deal with the big walls. So try not to throw these blocks into them because it counts as damage, and the rest of them pretty much just come in and just knock you upside your face. They can be more of an annoyance than an actual threat, but still, damage is not a good thing, at least on your part. When coming down on the opposite side, be careful. There are at least two of them on this side. Just don't fall on them. You'll be all right. Again, gaining momentum is a little slow from a standard walk point when you start walking. If you want to actually pick up momentum a little faster, do a little jump. That was just started. Or you could use the jet skates. Just be aware it takes you a little bit to get started on them. There is one more, like I said in the previous section, there's one more sub-ruin, which is an S-class ruin that will be underwater as well. And thankfully not as long as this one. And you will get an S-class refractor in them. Also, about that particular sub-room, which we'll be visiting later, it will also have those three floating, that we just fought this one. They'll be about the same, except they won't be as luminescent as they were here. They'll be more dark-colored. It's the same idea with them, except in that sub-room we won't have to use the draw arm, so it'll be much faster to take them out. In terms of special weapons, in all honesty, there's really no wrong special weapon to use, just whatever your preferences are. Just be aware of your weapon's special abilities, weaknesses, strengths, that kind of thing. I tend to use the Machine Buster, and then I tend to use the Buster Cannon, the long cannon on the right arm. And then I tend to try either go with the Saber Arm, which I'll show you how to get later, and then I'll go with the Shiny Laser, which is the most powerful weapon in the game. And this is the Buster part. I believe it raises attack 2, and rapid 1. Yeah, attack 2 and rapid 1. I'm just gonna switch that out. It's a little awkward, but I actually still like it. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, how does that work? Oh, okay, I'm not paying attention. See, that's what happens when you wake up and you just start the LP. You start going all over the place. That makes it a little stronger and fire a little faster. Like I said previously, I tend to go for, if I can, attack and rapid, just because most times you'll be using your Buster, it'll be short to mid-range, so keeping your range and energy low won't be, not much of a problem until maybe Sarah get to the end of the game. Yep, spoiler alert, shoot me in the face. Well, I'll just let you kind of wonder who Sarah is if you're not already picking up on it. Map, like I said, I get confused in this map pretty easily just because it's a big, huge freaking map. Lots of places unexplored. I've actually went through this stage without the map at all, and kind of irked about it. Okay. Did I just pass the elevator like a dork? Really? Yeah, so next time we'll be doing this more alert. Oh, nice, that works out. This happened to be the elevator I needed to take down. I think this leads to a really big room. I don't recall though. Don't quote me on it. Whoa! Hi. How you guys doing? I love it when they put these little explosive guys in one area and bunches and you drop on them. Just a couple. The vacuum arm would have helped there because they would have instantly just sucked them all up. So slow. Okay, another big room.
It looks like there's a door to another room high on the wall there, too. Do you see anything to stand on?
this isn't the room I'm thinking of. Because there'll be a couple of these big rooms here, and the one I'm thinking of, you'll start very high up the wall like this, but you can actually look across and your radar will go off like there's an enemy nearby. And I have no clue what's in this room, so I don't recall, so I'm probably gonna land in a, you know, retarded place, but that's my fault. You think as many times as I played this, I would remember at least part of it, but I think this is one of the few rooms I really didn't make an effort to learn because I hated it. You know how you tend to hate stuff, you don't give a shit about it? Yeah, this is one of those examples. Much like in school, you have subjects you don't give a shit about, you really don't care about, you won't learn anything about them. Okay, there's nothing on that one. That's what's helpful about these skates. And these fish don't hurt you. I mean, they'll bump against you, but it won't cause damage on your part. I think there are a couple. There's either one chest or there's another door like the previous room. I just can't recall where the crap it is. Ah, here it is. Not sure if that's one we have to go in or if that's one that's an optional one. Well, you know, for the sake of showing you everything in this ruin, see, I'm gonna look on the ground floor just to be safe. I think there are enemies on the bottom floor here. Don't recall. Yeah, they're mixed in with regular fish. I should be using the skates at this point. Like I said, the skates are optional, the aqua jets are, but they'll make you move it around here lots easier. Oh, you douche. Yeah, this is one of the examples I told you about earlier, where you walk in the door and they're right out on your face. Oh, you dick. Ooh, that was close. He still kind of hit me. I didn't really do much else. Yeah, the combat in the water is not very fluid. It's actually kind of sluggish, which is what bothers me, but whatever. Of course, this guy's nice enough to drop health cubes because I was so busy herb groping. I think this one goes up instead of down. Yes, it goes up. That's what I thought. There are a couple points in this room where you can drain the water, but I don't really suggest it. Oh my god, you don't know how much I miss this particular, you know, not water. Okay, this is the map data. Of course, you can completely skip this and not get the map data at all. And don't drain the water, just leave it as it is, because we're going to have to do a couple things that require you to have the water there, for one. You can actually just completely skip the map panel, like I did the first time I decided to replay after a couple of months. You can completely skip it and be just fine. It's just you'll miss a couple of rooms. And this is one of the douchebag points. Of course, he caught me as I came out of the roll, so of course I take the damage. That's one of the bullshit instances in this game where, you know, you come out of the door and you get blown up immediately. There are very few in this game that have that happen, but it's not very often. If there's no water here, of course you could get the hell out really quickly away from those exploding guys. So, but the problem is I don't know half the names of these rear bots, and that's just because they're, for one, difficult to say, because you know they're in Japanese, and they weren't really given any English, you know, English names. So you're probably just gonna have to just know them by the way they look. Since there really wasn't a big following with this game, they probably didn't put much effort into it. At least that's the way they made it seem. I'm not entirely sure if it's true or not. By the way, I understood when Megaman Legends 3 was canceled that everybody was in an uproar. I think there was a bigger following that was once perceived, so, but at any rate, I'm just rambling on because I have nothing good to talk about. Fish. It's just like, oh my god, leave me alone! Okay. Now that we've gotten the map data, we actually have a map to appear by. This douchebag will stop blocking my shots. Get behind him and blow his face off, because he's fucking annoying. Doopa 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 in the back of your face. Okay, with that said, let's break that wall up and see what we can find out. there aren't too many ruins that have these walls. I think this and Manda ruins are the only ones. I don't recall any other ruins having breakable walls. So once you pass these two ruins, I think the usefulness of this arm will be pretty much, you know, null and void. And there's our friend, the big fat assy fish. It's a fish, not sure what it is. But like I said, if you're not within its path of motion, you know, where it wanders, it will never get big on you and try to run you over. If you are, you better get out of the way quick. Okay, I think that's an optional room with a buster part in it, not entirely sure. You can break their shields off with the draw arm, but all they'll do is just spam their flamethrowers, or in this case, their red bubble thrower thingy. And here are fish. You can harass the fish, but there's no point. I wouldn't do it because it's wasteful. I do know in another game, Metal Gear Solid 1, if you actually get stinger missiles or you start harassing like these little rats on the pipes, there will be an area where you fight Sniper Wolf first time. If you manage to like blow those rats up off top of the pipes and whatnot, or you snipe them, you get a codec call from the colonel being like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're wasting time killing rodents and whatnot." It's actually kind of funny, but check that out if you happen to play that game and you know want to see little random things. Another random thing in that game is that you can actually stick C4 on the soldiers and get away with it, but a lot of the time you don't, because they'll turn around as soon as you stick it on them. I've had a couple times where I've snuck up on them, stuck it on them, they haven't noticed, you know, walking away. Just blow it up for shits and giggles. So this range boosts to alpha. Buster part raises your range quite a bit. Plus 4, so if you're complaining about range, there you go, that'll help you out of your 3 sets of buster parts. There are also alpha units of other ones. I believe Turbo, what was it? Turbo Booster, was it? One of the parts for raising your energy and your attack also have alphas and betas. I believe betas, not sure. Well, no, I'm sure for sure alphas, not sure about betas, but they do about the same thing and that can be useful. And I'm taking the long way. Hooray for Derptus. If you use the L and R buttons, you can actually help yourself turn a little more easily. It's kind of like a power slide thing, but I don't really know what to call it. Okay, that's the room. You see that long, quick room? That's the room I was referring to. These skates will actually help you get across that room because of the way they function. Very, very, very long rooms. I'm telling you that right now. That's part of the reason why I hate them. The next ruins will actually be a little bit more fun, in my opinion. But I'll leave that to you to figure that out. Okay, this room, you will need the jet skates to get to the other side. There's a room high up on the wall, okay? And these little floating guys act like a runway. Press forward as you're using the jet skates, and hold forward, and you should make it to the other side.
There's a door really high up on the wall, Megaman. Just
Don't waste no time, because all of those floating things, floating
you won't even be able to
things.
climb up there. So, how do you get...
I just showed you how to get in. Once you get on that platform and pull yourself up, don't waste time, get going, because you're going to get blown up if you take too long. That's a sower, that's a special weapon part. I forgot what it's used for, probably because I never made the part, so I really forgot what that's for. Once you get done here, just drop straight down. Try not to aggro these guys, or try to not to, you know, get their attention. Just drop down as well as you can. Be careful also, there's, I believe, some enemies on the floor, ground floor level. Can't put the camera down to watch the floor because, you know. No, there are no enemies on the floor. Oh, yes there is. No, yes, no, yes, yes, no, yes, 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 no. No, there isn't, no. Just a regular fish. You can't hurt, like I said, arrest the fish, there's no point. It's like, we're gonna walk onto something that's all the way on the top of the room.
there'd be a place like this here. Megaman, there's a giant Reaver bot in the middle of that area. Huh? It doesn't look like it's going to attack you, though. Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you try jumping on that Reaver bot's back?
So, this is a big, manta ray, like, I don't want to say it's a stingray, it might be a stingray, I can't tell the difference between the two. But big stingray, manta ray, like Reaver bot, you just ride his back. There are several tall pillars like that one with treasure chests. One of them has a key. We need to actually get to the one that has the key. I think there's only 2 treasure chests in this area. And you can also use the jet skates trick to actually get across the other one. I think that's adjacent to this one. Not entirely sure, but one of these boxes has Zenny in them. And this is the Zenny one. Okay, so from the map you can actually tell one of these blocks has nothing on them. I think it's the adjacent one, but I'm not entirely sure. We can test that real quick. Yeah, this is the adjacent.
See the large pillar in the middle of that area? On my scanner,
yeah, that's the
I
one.
can see what looks like a key on top of it. Can you see it?
Yes, indeed, because I'm being stupid. So if you can jump back on this guy's back, you can take damage, I think. No? Yes? Don't remember. And you can also damage it, but I don't suggest it, because, you know, it's not doing anything to you. Why are you going to do anything to it? This is one of the very few non-hostile Reaver bots you fight in the game. You'll basically have to wait for this guy to pass that one pillar and you're going to have to make a jump for it. I've actually missed a jump quite a couple of times just because the way the angle of this guy was. Trying to line up proper with it. And then make the jump of faith. Hope you make it. And not overshoot it. I've overshot it a couple freaking times. That's annoying. Water key 2. That's the key. So, with that, we can get out of this big, huge room. We'll just drop very slowly to the ground. Very, very big room, but in a way I kind of like it. This is one of the very few places in the dungeon I actually like. It's random, but hey, you know. Alright, with that, we go under, go down another floor. So very long dungeon. Hey, no water, and hey, look, it's Zeta. You know what that means, right? We going to be fighting something that you could possibly die from really badly. Okay, let's do it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to cut it after this because
It
I'm gonna
looks
have
like
time.
the key is in the room at the end of this passageway.
Oh, this is a nice change of speed. I love it. Nothing in the big room apparently. Seems kind of odd, doesn't it? There's no, you know, enemy in this room. Oh well, not complaining. Okay, let's get the hell out.
You did it! You got the second key! Good work, Megaman!
Oh shit. Couldn't be that easy.
I don't believe it. Bola lost to a little punk like you? Ha! If you think I'm a pushover like Bola, you've got another thing coming to you. I work for a living. I don't hold back, ever. Not even if I have to fight a little kid like you. You're not getting past me. Not as long as you have that key. If you aren't going to hand it over nicely, I'll just have to take it from you.
Well, let's show this guy that he shouldn't underestimate us. Okay, this first form, or there are 2 times we'll fight this guy. This is the easiest version. He'll basically shoot bullets at you until he gets a certain amount of health and run you over. I don't suggest running in a circle because he'll actually start aiming in front of you. Okay, this is basically what he'll only do. It's not much that he'll do. Like so. If you try thinking you'll shock him, it won't work. Don't let those touch you. They actually shock you. I believe you can destroy them. Not entirely sure. I just always outran them. can actually get close and use your drill arm. Jumping actually seems to be more effective here. It's very risky to get close to him, but you can do this. For the sake of showing more attacks, I'm going to let off a little bit. It's just like the boss except of Nino Island Ruins, except it's a little easier, or a little harder to do it here. He's kicking my ass really bad, obviously.
Not bad for a kid. You're not such a pushover. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. You wait. I'll be back.
Crappy floating exit equals yes. Okay, so with that, the Let's Play Killers has also kicked in while I was fighting that guy. So with that, we're going to have to cut it here because I'm running out of time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this particular part. And next time, we'll be going back up to the surface and the trip back much easier. Okay, so I'll see you guys later.